Hey, upgrades, guys. Welcome to another video. Alright, I have my journal here, so that's how you know we're going to get into some stuff. So, I don't even know what I'm really going to title this video, but today we are going to be going through kind of life updates and things that I've learned about the year so far. It is January 15th, which means we are halfway through the first month of 2026. Let me know in the comments how your 2026 is going so far. What have you learned? What is breaking your expectations for the year? Let me know just whatever you're thinking about the year and how you feel about the year going forward. Do you have hope? Are you a little bit lost perhaps? Let me know. 2026 is the year of the horse. I think I'm born on the year of the horse. 2002 is the year of the horse, I'm pretty sure. So that being said, doesn't that literally mean it's my year? Either way, so far my 2026 is going very well. I was getting very overwhelmed the first week. Now that the second week is over, I've kind of regulated my emotions a lot more. That first week, I had just started my new job and I had just come back from vacation, and honestly, I'd never had my vacation be cut so short. My first shift for my job started on January 2nd. I had to come back to Toronto from my hometown on New Year's Day. No time to settle, no time to get in all that family loving. Straight to work. And I also am in a theater production right now. So I have rehearsal, I have work, and I have my own personal business ventures that I'm trying to do. I have this channel, and it really became a lot because I spent a lot of my time during vacation planning out my year, planning out my routines, my morning routine, my night routine. Needless to say, I haven't really been able to achieve these routines in the way that I envisioned them in my head. We're gonna go into what I've learned so far this year. Really, we need to get down to the basics when it comes to routine in our lives, because when you make a routine so complicated, so perfect that it becomes inaccessible, you are more likely to not do it. So really now, instead of stuff like lighting candles, etc., I'm trying to wake up, shower, brush my teeth, eat breakfast, and leave. That's all I really need to do in the morning, and at night I need to take off my makeup, get into PJs, do something calming, something productive, go to bed. And if I can't do something calming and productive, I just need to take off my makeup, brush my teeth, and go to bed. It doesn't have to have a gajillion steps. I just need to do what is essential for me to be healthy and to live well. A lot of the pressure that I was feeling these last 2 weeks has been the pressure of perfection. So in my new job, I don't know why, I just wanted to be perfect at the job as soon as I started. It was maybe my fourth or third shift. No, I think my second shift when I finally got my off days right after my first 2 shifts. I just started bawling. And then I just looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, whoa, why are you crying? It literally, I didn't do bad. I didn't do anything bad. It was just, I was getting taught how to do things that I've never done before. And just the pressure that I felt like I'm not doing well, I'm not doing perfect at this thing that I've never done before. And really realizing that it doesn't matter if I'm doing perfect or not, I'm doing it. And I'm doing it the best of my abilities because I don't have the knowledge necessary to do this, perfectly. And I have to put that in every aspect of my life. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on, a lot of stuff coming up. I might as well reveal it now. We are starting a podcast on this channel and another podcast on my separate media channel. It is going to be a media company based in Toronto. We're going to be present at events. We're going to host game shows, do a bunch of fun stuff. Too much to get into in this video, but just know that's coming. And an aspect of that is also going to be podcasts and interviews with artists in the city and with different people in the city about various topics. But with that, I had planning paralysis. I don't know if I'm making that up, but I wrote it in my notes. I had planning paralysis. I get stuck in the planning phase because I'm scared that I'm not going to do it perfectly when it's finally time to do it, and that I have to do it perfectly when it's time to do it, when that is just not true. You don't have to do anything perfectly, you just have to do it, because nobody can judge whether it's good or not if it's not even in existence, if it's just doodles and plans and sketches in your notebook. Nobody can even tell you what to improve or what to change. You can't see it. There's no proof in the pudding. There's no pudding at all. That being said, I just have to get into the habit of doing stuff and putting stuff out there. Even with this channel and the YouTube videos, I get so stuck in planning. I have a million video ideas written down, and yet nothing. Sometimes I just don't film. And it's not like I don't have time to film. I will say sometimes I don't have time to edit. That is a big issue. Editing takes a lot of time. If I can find it within my budget to hire an editor, I really feel like that would be a good investment for me. And for anybody who finds they don't have the time to do things, whatever you can offset and delegate to other people, do that. Whatever you can. I feel like my ponytail is lopsided. Yeah, definitely. It's lopsided because today I fought the wind and the snow getting to work only to be sent home early. So yeah, that was great. Another thing that I have learned so far this year is that not everybody knows how to talk to people, and the way that you talk to people is so important. For example, I don't want to be too specific, but there was a time where someone was communicating an issue that they had within a group, but instead of asking politely for this issue to be resolved, they had to add in a bunch of quippy remarks, had to make an anecdote out of it, and was basically shaming the group for something, right? And that just rubbed everybody the wrong way, even though what was being communicated was a real issue and was a valid issue to express. The way that the person decided to express this to this group of people rubbed everybody the wrong way and made everybody feel really uncomfortable. I just realized the way that we speak to people is so important, and so this year I really want to pay more attention. Not that I ever felt like I had a big issue with this. I want to bring more attention to the way that I communicate and the way that I speak with people to make sure that I'm getting my point across in a way that is respectful and that doesn't tell too much or tell too little, that isn't vague. I want to really work on being direct and communicating in a way that shows intelligence and knowledge to the most extent that I have. Another thing that I've learned these first 2 weeks of January is that I'm actually very uncomfortable with change, even though it is something that I was begging for. If you read my journals for the past months, all I was writing was about change. I need change. I need to change environment. I need change. And when I finally got this change, I found it so overwhelming that it overcame me, and I just started crying. And I had to get that cry out. The cry I was referring to earlier when I was just like, oh my gosh, am I even good at my job? Am I good at life? How am I going to do anything? You know, I had to get that cry out and really detox my body from all that anxiety. And it really made me realize that I am allergic to change, and I want to change that. Another thing that I have learned in these first 2 weeks is that I am actually even worse at time management than I thought. No, but I've become way more self-aware of how bad I am at time management now that I've started this new job. So I have different tasks to do during the day, and some of them can be offset to a different day. Some of them are more important to finish on that day. And I work 9 to 5 now, which means I can leave at 5. I worked before a job where we left when the work was finished, right? I was a server. We left when everybody else would leave and all the work was done. That being said, now I have a time where I actually have to leave. I find it really difficult to start a task and not finish it, even though that is a completely valid thing. Note where I was when I started and finished the task and then pick up the next day. But I find it so hard to do that I'm desperately, stressfully trying to finish the task, and it is literally 4:45 and I have my essential tasks that I need to finish in the last 15 minutes of the day. Lack of time management can also cause you to be tardy to other things that you've committed to, which I unfortunately did. To my beautiful, amazing friend Flavia, I'm so sorry, because honestly, I could have just left, but I didn't communicate that to my manager that, oh, I'm over my time right now. So I just kept trying to finish all this work, and I ended up missing a meeting with her and wasting her time, and that is so disrespectful of me and of anybody. Time is money, and time is really valuable. I really think that perspective is your reality, and I want to get into the 9 to 5 mindset and everything like that. Everybody on the internet seems to hate 9 to 5s, and I have found it to be something that is giving me a lot of structure and a lot of routine. So also, I want to just apologize if you can hear the background of my brother doing his laundry. He needs clean clothes. What can I say? I can't hate. I just feel like your perspective is your reality. A 9 to 5 to one person can seem like a prison, but to me, it is a alley to plan my days. I can plan my day 4 weeks in advance. I can plan what I'm gonna do in 2 Wednesdays, because I know that I work on Wednesdays, that I'm finished at 5, and so I have from 5 to whenever to do XYZ. Whereas before, when I was doing shift work, I could work at 2 p.m. one day, 9 a.m. the next day, 4 p.m. the next day, 1 p.m. the next day. I could work 2 days a week, 3 days a week, on random days of the week because my availability was open. Right? So it's so hard to plan when you have a schedule like that. But for another person, that kind of schedule is freedom because they get more hours to do XYZ. They feel that to be a more freeing schedule. It's all about your perspective. Another thing that I have learned this year is to just be more comfortable with who I am. In my planning of the new year, I had a section about the attitude that I want to adopt and everything like that. And I feel like I was almost creating a different person that wasn't me. I was planning being so meticulous about it, about me being this stoic, elegant, mysterious person, right? And I'm not that. I'm not stoic. I'm not mysterious. I say what's on my mind, and my mind is full of a lot of silly little things. Honestly, I think my brain is like bubble wrap, you know? You just play with it and there's just things popping in there. Either way, I'm a bubbly person. I'm not mysterious. I'm not a stoic person who just doesn't care about anything. I care. I love. And I think I am a really cute person. I am sexy in my own way as a woman, you know. And I will be seen as all these beautiful things by whoever is right for me. So I'm kind of going into relationships now. I feel like a lot of it was like wanting to be seen as this grown woman. I feel like I can be a grown woman and still enjoy my silly little things. I can still love my collage wall. I can still collect things and have trinkets and enjoy having this banana I can still have Bernard the duck and be a grown woman. And there are people who are going to accept me for my banana duck, and there are people who are not going to accept me for my banana duck, and that's okay. That being said, I think parts of the ways that we want to change, we have to find out why we want to change in those ways. So for example, me being stoic, that whole concept, I don't think it's really stoicism that I'm chasing. I want to not care about everyone's opinion. That's kind of like the stoicism aspect, and the mysterious aspect is more privacy. I don't want to be yapping to the point where people know every intricate detail of my life. But that doesn't mean that I can't tell you a random funny story of when I was 7 years old, you know? But maybe I won't tell you about the intricate details of my past relationship and what my ex did and XYZ, because I used to do that a lot. I used to tell anybody and anyone every detail about how bad this person's treating me, or how I did this with him, or how blah 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 blah. I don't want people in my intimate details. I want to keep that private. I want to keep a lot more of my business plans private to people in real life. Sometimes I yap about it here because I want you guys to follow my journey and everything like that. But there are some people who do not want to see you succeed. There are some people, you tell them your plans and they're just waiting to see you fail. You tell them your plans and they don't believe in you, and they are so doubtful of you that if you are not executing it expeditiously, very quickly, they are going to be like, well, clearly she wasn't going to do that anyways. She said she was going to do XYZ, but she's not even doing XYZ. And there are people who love to put out that negative energy that's really going to suppress you in your journey towards whatever you're trying to attain. Like I was saying earlier about perfection paralysis, you just have to do things. I'm so sorry. Planning is important, and knowing what you want and where your goals are is important. But getting stuck in the decision making can really ruin everything for you. Whatever you're planning to do, just do it, please. It is better to do something and do it mediocre and have it exist than to not do it at all and have it be plans in your head. But yeah, those are my life updates, everyone. I hope that everybody's having a good New Year so far. Again, let me know in the comments how your New Year's is going. Let me know if there's anything that you guys need advice on, opinions on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined, hype up the video, and I'll see you guys. Thank you, love you, bye.